So you've spent hours, maybe even days, crafting what you think is the perfect short-form video. You hit publish, feeling that little rush of excitement, and then nothing? Just crickets? It is a super frustrating feeling, right? And almost every single creator has been there. So how do you actually break through all that noise? I mean, it can feel like a total lottery. You're scrolling through your feed, you see these videos with millions of views, and you just have to wonder, what on earth are they doing that I'm not? It all feels so random. But what if I told you it wasn't? That's right. It's not just about luck or being in the right place at the right time. When you really start to analyze what works and what completely flops, a clear pattern, a formula starts to emerge, and it's all about strategy. Okay, so let's get right into it. We're gonna unpack the 4 key parts of this viral video formula. The goal here is simple, to help you stop guessing and start creating content that actually gets seen by the people you want to see it.
First things first, before we can do anything else, we have to understand the basic structure of a single successful video. You can think of this as the architectural plan for every single clip you make from now on. The hook, honestly, it's everything. We live in a world of infinite scrolling, which means you have this tiny, tiny window, like 2 or 3 seconds, to make someone stop in their tracks. Your video literally lives or dies in those first few moments. It's not about a long, friendly welcome. It's about an immediate jolt of curiosity. The easiest way to think about it is like a simple 3-act play. Act 1, you hook them. Act 2, you deliver some kind of value that makes their time watching feel totally worthwhile. And finally, Act 3, you tell them exactly what you want them to do next with a super clear call to action. This is the blueprint for almost every successful video out there. So what does a good hook actually look like in the wild? Well, it could be a question that hits on a viewer's pain point, something like, are you making this one huge mistake with your coffee? Or it could be a dramatic before and after that makes them need to know how you did it. You could even start with a controversial statement, or just use a trending sound that instantly feels familiar. The goal is always the same. Make them think, okay, I have to see what happens next. All right, once you've got their attention, you have to deliver the goods. Your content has to provide value in one of 2 ways. It either teaches them something useful or it entertains them. That's pretty much it. So you can share a quick tutorial, offer a unique insight, or just create a funny sketch. When viewers get real value, they're way more likely to stick around for more. Okay, so we've got the structure down. Now let's talk about the why. Why do people feel compelled to share content? This isn't about the algorithm, not yet. This is about good old-fashioned human nature. This brings us to what is probably the single biggest mistake creators make. We create content for ourselves. You have to remember, you aren't making videos for your own enjoyment or to impress your colleagues. You are making them for your target audience, using the language they get and focusing on the problems they actually have. And, you know, the most powerful tool you have for connecting with that audience is emotion. All of these basic emotions here are universal triggers. But what's really interesting is that content that sparks high arousal feelings, you know, the joy from a hilarious video, the surprise from a mind-blowing fact, or even the anger from a shared frustration, that stuff is scientifically proven to be shared more. These are the feelings that just demand a reaction. So here's the bottom line for this section. If your video doesn't make your audience feel something, it's gonna be forgotten the second they scroll away. That emotional spark creates a bond, and that bond is what makes someone stop and think, oh, my friend has to see this. Okay, we've covered the video structure and the human psychology. Now it's time to talk about the machine itself. The algorithms have changed so much, and what worked even just a year ago might not get you anywhere today. The way the algorithm scores your video has completely flipped. It used to be all about those public metrics, you know, likes and comments. But now, the game has totally changed. The algorithm's main goals are simple. Keep people on the platform longer and get them to spread content to others. That's why shares, how long people watch, and whether they finish your video are now the most powerful signals you can send. A share is the ultimate endorsement. And speaking of watch time, you can pretty much forget those super short 7-second clips. The new sweet spot is right around 30 seconds. So why the change? Well, the platforms want to keep users engaged for as long as possible. A 30-second video that gets watched all the way through tells the algorithm, hey, this is valuable content. That makes it way more likely to get pushed out to new audiences because you're literally helping the platform achieve its goal. So, to quickly recap the new rules of the game. First, be regular. Posting at least every other day signals to the platform that you're a serious creator. Second, do everything you can to maximize watch time. And third, be consistent. The algorithm figures out who to show your content to based on your first handful of videos. If you're all over the place, it gets confused. Pick a niche and stay in it. All right, for our final section, let's look to the future. I mean, mastering today's rules is great, but the best creators, they're already thinking about tomorrow. Here's how to build a strategy that lasts. Looking ahead, we're seeing this major shift in what viewers want, and it all really points to two things: realness and utility. People are so tired of overly polished content that looks like an ad. They crave authentic, unscripted moments, and they trust content from real users. That's UGC, way more. And at the same time, they're using these platforms in totally new ways. Here's a great tactic for that. If you have a bigger, more complex story to tell, don't try to cram it all into one 30-second video. Instead, turn it into a micro-series. Each short video becomes a little episode, leaving the audience hanging and wanting to know what happens next. This builds crazy anticipation and also rewards you for posting regularly, which, as we know, the algorithm loves. This one is a huge, huge shift. Younger audiences especially are not defaulting to Google anymore. They're searching for best tacos in my city or how to fix a leaky pipe directly within apps like TikTok and Instagram. By using relevant keywords in your descriptions, captions, and even your on-screen text, you're making your content discoverable for weeks, even months down the line. Okay, this is a simple one, but it is an absolute game changer. A massive percentage of people watch videos with the sound off. They're in public, they're at work, it's late at night, you get the idea. If your video needs audio to be understood, you're losing a huge chunk of your potential audience right off the bat. Subtitles just make your content accessible to everyone everywhere. So let's bring it all together. Viral success isn't some magic trick. It is a formula. You need a solid video blueprint, plus a deep understanding of human psychology, plus a strategy that works with the current algorithm, not against it. When you get how these three pieces connect, you stop guessing, and you start building a real, repeatable strategy for success. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question. We've covered a lot today, from hooks and emotions to watch time and SEO. I want you to think about the very next video you're going to make. What is the single most impactful change you can apply right now based on everything we just talked about? That's your first step. Go do it.